Forget the polished renders. This isn't CGI. This is the line right now. Massive structures, real machines, a $500 billion city rising from scratch in the Saudi desert. For years, the world called it a joke, a pipe dream. But satellite images don't lie. The line is real. It's growing fast, and you need to see what's actually happening. Let's take you inside the core, the Hidden Marina. What looks like pure chaos is precision construction. The ground is shaking as a colossal excavation rips through the coastline, digging day and night to create a marina unlike anything on the planet, twice the size of any other. In a surprising interview, the COO confirmed what's coming: a football stadium, a hockey rink, massive courts, and yes, if you like Starbucks, they'll have one on the 80th floor. This isn't just a building, it's an entire vertical ecosystem. The numbers are insane. Focus on the 4 main modules: 45, 46, 47, and 48. Module 45 is the furthest along, with concrete foundations already visible. The sheer scale of the piling operation is a world record. Across Phase 1, they are installing over 16,000 piles, reaching depths of up to 70 meters using a special concrete that reportedly cuts carbon emissions by 30%. They're using automation and GPS-guided precision drilling to stabilize the boreholes with biodegradable polymers, then pumping in concrete. This is the largest pile driving operation on Earth. Module 46 is key, sitting right in the future 2.5-kilometer stretch of the Hidden Marina, set to house over 200,000 people. The progress is undeniable. They are building half a vertical city segment in what feels like a blink. But the big question remains: how long? Well, one thing is certain. This mega project is not going to be completed within the next 5 years. Building in a desert next to the sea means facing extreme challenges. The construction site is currently running the world's largest dewatering operation. With thousands of piles requiring high-pressure jets, a huge volume of water is generated. They installed over 500 wells and a complex 24/7 monitored treatment system. The water is collected, filtered, and monitored by nearly 2,000 digital sensors, each tracking salinity, pressure, chemical levels, and flow speed in real time. Only after passing through multiple purification stages is it released back into the Red Sea through 8 massive diffusers designed to spread the water gently so it doesn't disrupt fragile coral ecosystems. On paper, this is one of the most advanced water systems ever attempted in a desert. But this is where NEOM's story becomes complicated. NEOM proudly presents itself as a global champion of renewable energy, a city powered by the sun, wind, and innovation. Their flagship symbol of this ambition is the world's biggest green hydrogen plant inside Oxagon, advertised as the turning point for clean fuel on the planet. This mega facility, built in partnership with Air Products and ACWA Power, is designed to produce 600 tons of green hydrogen every single day by 2026. If achieved, it would instantly make Saudi Arabia the world's largest producer of green hydrogen. All of this is supposed to be powered by 4 gigawatts of solar and wind energy, fed through thousands of acres of solar panels and towering offshore wind turbines. According to the companies involved, nearly 80% of the work is now complete across all the core sites, an astonishing pace for a project of this size. Engineers say that if the plant goes live on schedule, it could redefine the global energy market, shifting power away from fossil fuels and towards a new era of cleaner industrial fuel. But that's just one piece of an extremely ambitious puzzle. The entire 170-kilometer urban corridor of the line will be connected by a new transportation backbone known simply as the Spine, a high-speed, fully electric rail line running underneath the city from end to end. The promise is bold: travel the full 170 kilometers in just 20 minutes. That means a speed of roughly 500 km/h, making it one of the fastest ground-based transit systems ever built. Multiple giant tunnel boring machines are already carving out underground routes day and night. These machines dig through mountain rock, desert sand, and coastal stone, forming what NEOM calls a zero-emissions transportation network that eliminates the need for cars entirely. But even this advanced system hit its share of setbacks. NEOM originally announced a $1.5 billion next-gen desalination plant that would serve as the project's primary water source. But behind the scenes, things didn't go as planned. The plant was quietly canceled after internal issues and cost overruns. Instead, NEOM launched a new tender for a redesigned mega plant known as the Moonlight Project, a facility that's still considered essential for long-term water security. It's a reminder that even with hundreds of billions at their disposal, not everything goes smoothly. And this leads us into the most controversial side of NEOM's vision, a cost that cannot be measured in dollars or gigawatts. For centuries, the Huetat tribe has lived across the region where NEOM is now being built. These are people whose history predates modern borders, families whose culture, identity, and lineage are tied to the land. Their villages, some more than 100 years old, have been demolished to clear space for the futuristic megacity. Human rights groups report that around 20,000 residents received eviction notices, and although some accepted government compensation packages, many others resisted. One man, Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, publicly refused to leave his home. Days later, Saudi special forces raided his house and he was killed. His death became a symbol of the conflict between tradition and development. Organizations like ALQST and Human Rights Watch report that 47 tribe members have been detained since then, many for posting online or speaking to journalists. 3 men were given long prison sentences, and 3 more received death sentences, not for violence but for protesting or even mourning publicly. The United Nations issued an official statement of concern. A UK-based company, Solar Water, even withdrew from a project with its founder saying, "You cannot just move people away from their homeland." Yet the construction continues, fueled by both money and momentum. NEOM calls the line a zero-emission city, but the construction phase tells a very different story. The project is projected to consume 20% of all global steel production over the coming years, an unheard-of statistic. Steel and concrete are among the most carbon-intensive materials on Earth, and building a 500-meter tall mirrored wall stretching across the desert will require unimaginable quantities of both. Experts estimate that the construction alone could release over 1.8 billion tons of CO2 into the atmosphere, equivalent to about 4 years of the United Kingdom's total emissions. Climate scientists warn that the massive mirrored structure could alter wind patterns, disrupt rainfall, intensify desert storms, and even affect cloud formation. Imagine a single building so large it reshapes the local climate. That's the scale we're talking about. The line is unlike anything humanity has attempted. It represents engineering genius, limitless finances, and a vision of a future where cities are clean, efficient, and vertically integrated. It is real. Construction is ongoing, and despite delays, scaled-back phases, and global criticism, NEOM is moving forward faster than most analysts predicted. But the price, it is steep. A displaced tribe, a massive environmental footprint, a timeline that is no longer 2030, but potentially 50 to 100 years, and a future where the question isn't whether the line will be built, but whether the world is willing to accept the cost that comes with it. So, let me know in the comments, is the line a necessary vision for the future of our cities, or is it a monument to excess, an experiment paid for by the land, the climate, and the people who once called it home? And make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on site the moment the next update drops.